Chicago and the Philippines. A comprehensive review of the week's special community events, featuring many exciting personalities, handled by the most professional Chicago Philippine Reports TV staff.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Chicago Philippine Reports TV, still the #1 Filipino show in the Midwest. I'm Girly Pascual. Welcome to our show. Today we have all the top stories from the Philippines. We also have what's happening in our own Filipino-American community of Chicago. We have interesting interviews led by our very own executive producer, Miss Veronica Layton. We have Bridget Cotero Carino. All these are coming up and more afterward from our sponsors. Please stay with us.
More cases of the more transmissible Omicron sublineages have been confirmed by the latest run of genome sequencing. Overall, almost 8,000 samples have been detected with Omicron and its sublineages. Despite this, the Philippine Health Department says only 3% of those infected with the latest variant of concern between December 2021 and February 2025 have developed severe disease, while 1.8% have died. The DOH released a statement after President Marcos said that the variant was, quote, less contagious and doesn't hit as hard. Latest data from the DOH show the continuous rise in some of the metrics like the positivity rate, which has now reached 6.8% nationally. In the capital region, the number is even higher at 9.3%. It's therefore not surprising to see the steep trend in the region. COVID cases in the rest of Luzon and Visayas are also on the rise. The good news, despite an increase in growth rate, all regions are still considered low risk, which is why adherence to minimum public health standards, particularly the use of face masks, remains important. Aside from the Omicron sublineages already detected in the country, a new sublineage has been reported overseas, the BA.2.75.
BA.2.75, first reported from India and then from about 10 other countries. This subvariant seems to have a few mutations on the receptor binding domain of the spike proteins. It's still too early to know if this subvariant has properties of additional immune evasion or indeed of being more clinically severe. We don't know that. Luckily, the other subvariants of Omicron have not proven to be more severe. They've all been more or less like the original Omicron.
The vaccines remain effective against severe disease and death, but aside from injectable vaccines, Dr. Swaminathan says nasal vaccines are set to undergo clinical trials.
So we have at least 3 or 4 nasal vaccines that are being developed, and our committee is looking at others to include them. So we should have an update.
Via Times, vital news, vibrant views for the Filipino Asian communities in Chicago. Via Times for your most interesting and exciting reading and your party coverages. Via Times has very interesting columnists. You name it, Via Times has it. Law, Filipino news, dentistry, immigration, humor, serious opinions, health, beauty, mysticism, Bata Corner, showbiz, and intelligently written editorials. Call Via Times at 773-866-0811.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show. Today, I have a very exciting and dynamic lady from our community who will be talking to us about her involvement, of course, in our community. And she just held a very responsible position with our recently concluded Philippine Independence Week celebration. Her name is Geraldine Gayden. Hi, Geraldine. Welcome to our show.
Hi, Veronica. I'm glad to.
Thank you for gracing our show. And Geraldine, I invited you for this interview to talk about what you've just done recently and also your other activities in the community. You serve as co-chair of the Philippine Independence Week Beauty Queens Committee, didn't you?
Yes, actually, I am the chairman for the 2022 PIWC Beauty Queen, along with Jeneline Lopez, my friend. So we had a dual role to be responsible in recruiting the beauty queens for this year, 2022, And I was able to recruit like 9 ladies, mostly in our area in South Dupade.
Yes, and 9 ladies. You guys had around 12 ladies there, right?
Yes,
And
so these ladies were all mostly from the South Dupade area where I live, and most of them were nurses who are in our Philippine Nurses Association of Greater Chicago. So there's like 3 of them who joined the beauty pageant for this year. That is Nenita Maghanoy, Lodi Po, and Marie Villarin.
okay, Geraldine, they were all beautiful girls, and the event itself sounded a big success. Okay, and this was your first time to get involved with the Philippine Independence Week, right?
Yes, I was the Mrs. Philippines way back 2017 under the chairmanship of Lourdes Livas. And
yeah,
when my daughter, yeah, way back 2009, my daughter was the Miss Little Philippines. Laura Gaydon was also in the pageant. So this is not something new for us. You know, we've been involved with the PIWC
okay.
for for many years.
So, well, congratulations to all your undertakings. You work as your profession is a nurse, right? You're a professional nurse, and
Yes.
you've been in this kind of job for many years. For how many years you've been working as a nurse?
Yes, I came to America in 1979. I was only 21 years old, and I had a lot of various experiences from bedside nursing to managerial nursing. So this year, this is my 15 years to manage our own home health care, Rainbow Home Health Services, and I opened up also one home care service from 2017. So that is both medical and non-medical services as well. And I know it's really tough time for us during the pandemic, but God only guide us on everything that we do. And there's a saying that you have to always pray to God and just you know have the best hope that you will always be successful in everything that you do. And in 2 Corinthians 9:6-8, whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows generously will also reap generously. So God will come to those who are generous, who conduct their affairs with justice and honesty. And that's what I usually practice in my profession.
Okay, Geraldine, you've mentioned God and some kind of religious words in your last statements, and I know you are a very religious person, and you have been involved in some kind of religious activities. What are those activities?
Yes, since 2004, when I started opening up home health care services, I promised that I will dedicate all my Sundays to praise the Lord. So I joined the charismatic group of Downers Grove. It's mostly all nurses who are in the group, and up to now I'm still active with them, and usually they ask me to do the praising leadership. And it's since pandemic we started novena every night from Monday to Friday, and then Sundays we have the praise and worship prayer. So yeah, that's really a part of my life and my lifestyle, along with my busy schedule, helping the community and my business.
All right. How do you divide your time? You're sharing your time with your family and with your community.
Yes, that is the most popular question, I've heard from my friends, how do I manage my time? Um, well, I'm always, thankful that I'm healthy and able to do all the things that I want to do. So first of all, I'm always, giving priority to God, and I usually make sure that I go to Sunday masses, and I prioritize my time, whatever it's really. First for me is to make sure that I will always take care of my family, of course God first, family, and then third your work. So yeah, I divide my time in a way that I just do all the priority in my life.
You're a professional nurse. You're an entrepreneur for owning home healthcare businesses, and you're also a religious person and a community person. What else should we add in your CV?
Well, yeah. So God is always good. Everything is possible if you ask. God is always there for me, and my only supplication is that God will always give our family peace and love, as well as my friends and everybody that I meet every day in my life.
All right, very good. And how do you look at yourself for the future? Where do you go from here?
Yes, that's a very good question, Veronica. So, of course, I want to retire, as soon as possible, but, I'm still, pretty strong to work. And my wishes and dreams also is to maybe travel more and go home to the Philippines and spend time with my family.
Oh, which part of the Philippines are you from?
I live in the northern Luzon in the small town of Tumawini, Isabela.
Oh, from Isabela. That's really far north.
Yep,
Really?
it's like an hour away from Tuguegarao, Cagayan. We are close to Tuguegarao.
Wow. Oh, so when you go home, it takes you how long? Do you have to take another plane from the Manila International Airport to
Yeah,
go?
it's only like 1 hour by plane and 8 hours by land travel. It's, yeah, driving 8 hours.
What advice can you give some of our community members out there in getting themselves involved in the community?
Yes, my good advice, for those people who are involved in the community. Well, of course, it's hard to say you have to be somebody, or you have to have a good leadership skills when you be involved in the community. First of all, you have to express sincerity and care, and also concern for the members of the organization that you belong to. So either verbally or non-verbally, and also by keeping open communication, to everyone, make sure that all the members feel important, and recognition for their achievement, and always be a good model to them. Make sure that you know the rules and policies, and be clear on your rules and regulations also, and leave a room for input, and make everybody, decide also. You cannot just dominate, if something is thrown in the meeting, you have to let some people to give their ideas also, give them some room to decide.
Well, good advice for a good leader like you, channeling. Um, you have started, or you're the one who started the new the new nurses organization, right? What's the name?
Yes, way back 2017, we created Philippine Nurses Association of Greater Chicago, and I'm the founder of the organization. And most of the nurses that are involved here are in my age, mostly are um, in the high positions in the hospital, in the nursing home, and home health owners. That's 2017. 2017.
What is the or what are the functions of or goals of the organization?
Our goals is to make sure that there's a good camaraderie for all the Filipino American nurses here in America, and we want to make sure that we also provide a scholarship to the students who are going for medical career, and of course to continue education for all the nurses, give them good, some kind of seminars and involvement, in education.
You also serve as the president, right?
Yes,
Oh.
I am the current president right now.
Right now. How old is the organization?
So we created the organization 2017, but we became active like 2019. So we had our initial induction during the pandemic. That was like mid of 2020 October.
Terrific. Okay, very good. I congratulate you for all the things that you do for our community. Oh, by the way, I would like to introduce Ge- uh, uh, Geraldine as the one of the Hall of Famers in 2018, I think, of the Chicago Filipino Asian American Hall of Fame. Was that 2018? Oh, right.
2018. Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right. Congratulations. What a dynamic and wonderful woman. That's Geraldine Gaydon. Do you, we have to say uh, goodbye now. And would you like to say a few words before we say goodbye or paalam?
Oh yes. Thank you very much, Veronica, for this opportunity to be interviewed by you. And I'm so glad that we have done this, and at least you will know who am I in the community. And maraming salamat sa iyo.
Okay, Jen. Wow. You know, Geraldine, many people know you around our community. So, they won't be surprised that you're being interviewed here today. Okay, I thank you for gracing our show. Hanggang sa muli. And happy Philippine independence. And also happy a happy Filipino American Friendship Day for the month of July, right? Okay.
Yes. And also I wanna add some more. This coming October 28th, we will have our second scholarship project, for the PNAGC. It will be held in Allegra Banquet Hall in O'Hare.
All right. Save the date.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Geraldine. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show. Today, I have a very young, successful realtor. He has been making such successes in what he's doing here in Chicago. And that's why I invited here in the show. His name is Jason Chavez. Hi, Jason. How are you? Welcome to our show.
Hi, Tita V. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be interviewed by you. It's a privilege po. Kamusta po? How are you?
Oh, but God, husay talaga, no? Okay, I'm fine, thank you. And you? And okay, Jason, I was reading some of the notes that you've sent me about you, and I was really impressed. Let us start from the time that you were still in the Philippines and before you entered the real estate business.
Yeah, sure. So I've been through a lot of walks of life, Tita V. So before I even got here in the US, I was studying, and then I realized that I think I need to not depend on anybody. That's why I was so eager to find a job for myself and my family. And the first job that I got was a factory worker at a paper company. And then I can still remember the first salary that I've had for 6 days of work was only 612 pesos. So I was the guy that installed the springs of the notebooks back then. And then it was tough. Then after that, I became a service crew at Jollibee when I was in college doing engineering. And then it turned out that my aunt, who was the one supporting me in my college, giving me allowance, can no longer afford to give me allowance. So then I became a call center agent at a very young age. I was only 17 when I became a call center agent. And then I decided to pursue my passion.
I didn't say anything. Go ahead.
So I was really grinding. I was working at night, graveyard shift, no sleep. I will go straight to the PUP, Polytechnic University of the Philippines. And I don't know if you remember the PNR, the Philippine National Railway System. So it's a train that that links Metro Manila to suburbs in the Philippines. And most people that go to that train are the unprivileged ones because it's cheap, right? So that's where I go to from my work in Makati going to PUP Santa Mesa. And then Tita V, you know what? The Lord is really nice. He's beyond nice. He's awesome because I never thought that I will move here in the US, to be honest. That's why I was doing all the work for myself and for my future. Until one day I received a letter from USCIS about the last chance or the final opportunity of moving here through my dad, who lives in Las Vegas that time, to come here. So I questioned the Lord. I was like, Lord, I asked for strength. You gave me strength to work at night and study in the morning. And I only have one semester left. And we're talking about less than 6 months to get my bachelor's degree. And yet, you are telling me that I need to go to the US because I have this opportunity. I'm like, what do you really want from me to do? Right? Because
So
I
what did
really,
the Lord say?
well, scripture says just trust in him. So I just trust the Lord. And then I didn't know what am I gonna do when I come here in the US. That's why when I first got here, my first job is not so decent. I didn't get a job for engineering because I didn't have a bachelor's degree. Then I became a door-to-door salesperson.
Or
So
wow.
yeah, door-to-door is not an easy job, and we're not getting paid until we make a sale.
Yes, we cannot get your commission.
My commission.
Okay. Were you, did you land first here in Chicago?
Yes. So at that time, my dad and my stepmom were already here in Chicago, and I think he just the Lord just positioned everything in the right place, put together everything in the right place to make it easier for us because they were from Vegas and they moved to Chicago, and then I came here.
Okay,
And
Jason. How old were you when you started doing uh, self-sufficiency that you're doing to yourself? How old were you then?
I was turning, let me see. I was 13 years old, turning high school.
Wow, 13 years old? Or
Yep.
and why? What drove you to do those things at such an early age?
Because my background is my dad had four wives. It's a very colorful story because my dad used to be a rock star in the Philippines. He plays guitar. He used to be in a show with Kuya Germs.
Were you the in the first wife or what number?
No, I'm the fourth one. I'm
Oh,
the third child, but my mom is the fourth wife.
all right. Daddy is very pabling, huh?
Yes,
Okay.
she
But
is.
but you strove and struggled as a young person in the Philippines. You, I'm wondering, where did you get your drive? I mean, you said you came from the fourth wife's family, but is that what else did drive you to persist like that?
Very good question, Dita. And this is what I wanted to share right to everyone because I believe that we gotta keep on inspiring others, right? The the main reason why I have this drive, I have this motivation in life is because the Lord has shown me all walks of life. And I've been questioning him like, why are you showing me the poorest of the poor up to the big sharks in the business? And in my mom's side, my family in Cavite, we are not so privileged. And I've seen them, and I feel like I don't want to be like them when I grow old. And then I've been seeing other families who are privileged. They have cars. They go eat to nice fancy restaurants. And I always ask myself, how come they're capable of doing that to their family, and how come my family cannot do that? We're both humans. We both have, same. We could learn same skill set, or we could learn different. So that's what I was holding on to because I know that if they can do it, I can do it.
Okay, you somehow you felt neglected and felt like you're really underprivileged. So that's one reason that drove you, right? And to really strive. Were you the oldest one in the family?
I'm the one and only son in my
One and only.
mom.
And so guapo too.
Thank
Okay. Okay. You are really amazing. Amazing, really. How old are you now?
Right now, I'm 29, turning.
You're only 29. Oh, when you look at, do you have a family now?
We don't have kids yet. My wife is in the process of coming here. We've been praying and working, and I really can feel that she will be here within the next 12 months, or hopefully within 6 months before the end of the year.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, Tita.
good. And so, was she your childhood sweetheart?
She is actually my childhood, yeah, sweetheart, friends. We were neighbors. We
Oh,
were neighbors.
amazing. Very good relationship. I'm happy for you. Okay. So, when did you start your real estate business?
So I got my license in 2018, but then after getting my license, I was involved with this group of people who were working on a startup company. So I chose to dedicate my time working with them because I'm the man with a lot of of ambition, goals in life. So I told myself I already have license in real estate. I can always practice real estate in the future. But this is a startup company, and this could be a once in a lifetime opportunity. So I work with them. I show them my skills and my talents, and then they embrace me. And I work in the startup company for a year. Unfortunately, it didn't go well. And during the time when I was working with them, I'm getting a lot of help. People have been asking me here in the community, in the Filipino American community here in Chicago. They've been asking me if I can help them with their real estate needs, if they want it, if I can help them buy a property or look for an apartment for rent. And I've been saying no. Then until I quit from that startup company, then I started to focus in doing real estate. So I really started focusing in real estate in September 2020, and that was during the peak of pandemic.
In the midst of the pandemic, right?
Yeah, and then I was like, I don't know if I can make it because it's pandemic, number one, and number two, nobody knows me. I came from nowhere.
I know, Jason. Oh, well, you were so really amazing and so impressive. The way you approach people. And I was there at the chamber meeting. That's where I met you. And my goodness, such a young kid, and so oh my God, so impressive, really. So guapo, so young, and successful already. Okay, don't you think you're successful?
Everybody's successful, Tita. We are all successful. It's just a matter of how we think and how we accept what we have, right? And thanks for all of the kind words. But every time someone appreciates me or give me compliment, I always give it back to the creator. Like if someone throws you right positivity or compliments, pass it up to our manufacturer, to the one who built us to be like this. Because without him, I wouldn't be here. It wouldn't be there, right?
You are such a very religious person. You're religious in such a way that every time you say something, you owe it to God. Wow. So were you trained that way back home?
No, actually, well, I grew up as a Catholic. My grandmom, she's a very religious, woman, and I became like this to always give back, right, to him. It's because I know for a fact that I was never alone. All through the hardships, all through the struggles, it's not just me. It's not I was never the captain of my life, of my fate. There's always someone up there who's watching us, like giving us the support that we need. And all you gotta do is to ask for it. And when you have it, then don't forget the one who gave it, right? Because that's what the problem with some people. Once they have everything, they tend to forget the divine who gave them everything that they've asked for.
Yes, terrific, terrific. Jason, I can understand how how you look at things, and I salute you for being such a kid like that. Anyway, um, I see a logo behind you which says AREA, AREAA. What does it stand for?
Yes, Davi. So ARIA, it stands for Asian Real Estate Association of America. It's a national organization for Asian American that involves in real estate practice. And this is our chapter logo here in Greater Chicago. And I'm proud to say that I just got appointed to be their operations and events manager for for the organization. So my role for this organization is to put everything together, to bind the board of directors, the officers, and board of committees. And I'm kind of like the backbone of the organization because every officer will rely on me and will rely on my notes, on my minutes. And we collaborate, and our main objective is really to showcase the Asian American culture and to help the Asian American in needs and in terms of home ownership.
Are there many Filipino members in the area?
Yes, Tita. We're actually several of us. Our current president for this year, 2022, who happens to be my president or my team leader at Berkshire Hathaway Child Team. She's Filipino.
What's
Um, her name is Elizabeth Goodchild. She used to be the CFO for Chicago Magazine. Our treasurer, Cleo Aquino, you know her from the chamber.
Leo Aquino?
Yeah, from the Chamber of Commerce.
No.
You probably,
No, I
probably heard of her.
attend the chamber meeting once in a while.
Yeah,
Not really an active member of the chamber. I was one of the founders of the chamber
that's what I thought. Yeah, that's
in
what
the
I thought.
1980s, but I'm not an active member. Anyway, okay, that's a very nice organization. I think I attended a function there one time. And yes, very, very dynamic organization. So, okay. Can you, Jason, can you, before we sign off, can you give some kind of advice to our viewers out there who might want what you're doing in real estate to enter?
Sure. So when I became a realtor, I committed myself that I'm not just gonna do it for business. I'm not just gonna do it for money, because I truly believe that money, wealth, rewards, they will come right after you do it. You build the foundation. We have to build the foundation right. And when I say building foundation, we have to have the right mindset, the right heart, the right faith. Because if you seek for money first, then I don't know about that. Your empire that you're building could collapse easily, right? But
Yes.
if you build it right with the right heart, right mindset, right faith, then any storm that you encounter is nothing. And the way through my experience, I've closed roughly like over $7 million gross sales volume. And to those people that I've worked with, all I was thinking was to help them. I didn't care about commission. And then when a buyer, right, and asks me like, "Hey Jason, I really want that house. I want to buy it." I will ask that client and I will ask him like eye to eye if he really likes the property. And if he will say yes, then I will go above and beyond and will truly help him and do whatever it takes, okay? As long as it's legal and ethical, I will tell him that, hey, okay, we are a partner here. We will do whatever it takes to help you get that property, as long as you really, you're gonna work with me. And then, it's really amazing being a realtor, because it's a double-edged sword where you can help them and where you can do the business at the same time. As a matter of fact, me and my wife, we've been always talking about what if a writer from Netflix write a series about a life of a realtor. You've probably seen 50 Shades of Grey's Anatomy, right? That talks about nurses, doctors, and the story of the series talks about different situations of their patients. You've probably seen the Suits, which talks about the lawyer's life, but I haven't seen a series that talks about a realtor's life that showcase the different walks of life from different clients in real estate. So yeah, it's an amazing, noble profession being a realtor. It's not easy though. It's not easy, but the fulfilling part is when you see your clients smile when they are moving into their home, or when you see your clients smile when you're able to sell their home. That's the most important part for me. As I always tell people, the secret to winning is helping.
Yes, yes. Do you how many percent your clientele is Filipino?
I would say, Tita, for the past clients that I've worked with, most of them are Filipinos. I'd say 90%.
90%.
Yeah, or they would probably have a non-Filipino spouse, husband or wife, but most of them are Filipinos.
So what organizations have you joined to really tap on Filipino clientele?
Yeah, so I used to be a member of Chicago Magnificent Lions Club, the PIWCC, and of course the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce here in Chicago. Um, but I really started with the Lions Club, with the our friends, and I'm really like giving them so much respect. I can name some few if you want. If you know Kuya JR Roque, number one,
Oh,
JR Roque, JR Roque,
oh,
Edwin
yeah,
Edwin
I know
Edwin
JR.
Pinero. Yep, yeah. Well, Ron
He's
Vergara,
not
of course,
there any longer, right? He went back to the Philippines.
went back to the Philippines, Tita. Ron Vergara, he really helped me a lot, so much. I learned a lot from him. And then we had Edwin Pineda, Cynthia, and Tita Ruby Romero. Like most of the people that I'm hanging out with here in Chicago are twice as my age. They're in their 30, like late 30s, 40s, 50s, and so on. Because I know that I can always learn from them. I want to pick up their brain. I want to apply it to my life.
Okay, because you're really people oriented and very friendly. Okay, so all right. When you took your real estate licensing test, was it easy for you because you were fairly new here?
Well, I couldn't say easy, though it was very challenging because when I was taking the class for real estate, I was working in a collections, company. It's a finance company in Niles. I was a debt collector there. I was calling people every day, asking them to pay money that they owe from the casino.
Collector.
Collector, yeah. and and then I was also doing I was also a cashier host at the casino, Rivers Casino, at the buffet canopy there. So I've met a lot of friends there. And as a matter of fact, I used to be a caregiver. So I will always bring the real estate book with me every time patients or my client's house in Northbrook during the weekends. I was also a caregiver reliever because once I'm done with everything that my client or patients needs, then I will go start studying and reading the real estate book.
You're really so amazing, Jason. Um, okay, so you were able, you as usual, just like when you were in the Philippines, you were studying and working at the same time, and here it's the same kind of lifestyle that you really studied and you studied and working at the same time too. Wow, really, kid, I salute you.
Thank you, Dita. 'Cause
And I
no
wish
one,
I wish you more good luck and more success with what you're doing. Uh, and I thank you for gracing our show. But you want to say something else?
no, I just want to say because no one will ever do what I am doing. It's a matter of choice, right? It's a matter of commitment. In my family, in because I'm a breadwinner. So like there are so many mouths that depend on me. Like I'm the one that supports not just me and my wife, our marriage, not just our future family, but I'm the guy that supports. My mom is in the Philippines, my grandmom is there, and some relatives like they're all.
I'm supporting. I thought your dad is there.
My dad passed away, Tita V, during pandemic. Yeah. He passed away in September 2020. when I was and what the devil has been doing to people. The devil is always trying to attack you with regrets, with negativity and guilt. So there was this point in my life when I felt guilty because I didn't really spend so much time with him, because I didn't know that he will go to heaven that time. So I was so busy soaking job, doing what I think I need to do, which is I was always like after success, chasing your dreams. Sometimes you gotta just do what you can do, enjoy your life, spend your time with your family, with your loved ones, and trust me.
Whatever it is, I know your future is really going to be rosy and successful. And again, I salute you for the third time. All right. And thank you for gracing our show. Hanggang sa muli. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Bye, Jason.
We would like to welcome all of you to Baladna Jewelry. We have a very big selection of 21 karat gold jewelry imported from the Middle East, from Dubai, Saudi, and Bahrain. And we have a very big selection of diamond. We offer free financing for 6 months, and we have a layaway system which you can leave your stuff for 3 months. We repair gold and we buy old gold. Welcome to Baladna Jewelry.
Salamat po.
Good afternoon. This is Bridget Carino Quetta bringing you this week's local news from our community. The Illinois Department of Transportation announced the release of the new and improved Illinois Official Bike Maps, a free and convenient resource showcasing the state's vast bicycle network of trails, paths, and streets. Maps for each of the IDOT's 9 districts include new features and designs that make them easier to understand, while including more information on noteworthy stops and attractions, easily accessible by bike. Bicycling is a healthy, viable, and environmentally friendly option of transportation in cities, towns, and rural areas throughout our state, said Illinois Transportation Secretary Omar Osman. These maps will provide residents and visitors a valuable and handy tool to plan for their daily travels, as well as trips for fun and recreation. Illinois Environmental Protection Agency, IEPA, Director John J. Kim today announced the opening of Illinois' electric vehicle EV rebate program. The program was created under the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act, CEJA, passed by the General Assembly and signed by Governor Pritzker in the fall of 2021. Individuals can now access and complete an application for a rebate under Illinois' EV rebate program. Follow online. Applications for the first funding round are being accepted starting July 1st and must be postmarked on or before September 30th, 2022. With our nation-leading rebate program, it's never been more affordable for Illinois residents to buy and drive an electric vehicle, said Governor J.B. Pritzker. My administration understands that the clean energy transition is only as effective as it is accessible. From these $4,000 rebates to our workforce development programs to help coal communities move into clean energy jobs, we are laser focused on making Illinois a leader in addressing climate change and ensuring no community is left behind. After extensive deliberation of 117 nominations from 31 countries across Asia, North and South America, Europe, and Australia, 56 marvelous Filipino individuals and organizations based abroad are set to receive the most prestigious accolade the Philippine government bestows upon overseas Filipino individuals and organizations who have uplifted lives through philanthropic initiatives and exceptional contributions in their respective fields of work. These esteemed individuals and entities will be awarded the Presidential Awards for Filipino individuals and organizations overseas during an awarding ceremony at the Manila Marriott Hotel in Pasay City via live stream.
on behalf of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, CFO Secretary and Chairperson Francisco P. Acosta, will preside over the ceremony and confer the 2021 Presidential Link Appeal Award on 7 Filipino individuals and organizations, the 2021 Presidential Pamana ang Pilipino Award on 17 Filipino overseas, the 2021 Presidential Banaag Award on 26 Filipino individuals and organizations, the 2021 Presidential Kaanib ang Bayan Award on 5 foreign nationals and organizations, and a special citation on a Filipino-American organization. Institutionalized in 1991 through Executive Order Number 498, PFIOO is a biennial search for individuals and organizations based abroad who have dedicated their work to the service of Filipinos. It has 4 distinct categories: Kaanib ang Bayan, Lingkod sa Kapwa Pilipino, Banaag, and Pamana ang Pilipino. The Chicago Southland has over 100 things to get you off your couch in July alone. To make your life feel easier, the Chicago Southland Convention and Visitors Bureaus has an entire list of things to do in its 2022 May through October festivals and events guide. This is the best tool for both residents and visitors to find and plan for all the fantastic events the Chicago Southland has to offer, said Jim Garrett, President and CEO of the Chicago Southland CVB. The guide contains almost 500 event listings, including the days and times and addresses of the 9 farmers markets throughout the Chicago Southland. Interested in playing in the World Wiffle Ball Championship at Memorial Park in Midlothian? Well, hurry up. The deadline to enter is July 1st. Dance to some live music at Fox Point in Lansing, where most events are free of charge. Relish the oohs and ahs when attending the Will County Fairgrounds in Peatone's first ever Hot Air Balloon Festival on July 23rd through the 24th. That's all for today. Thank you for watching our news this week. This is Bridget. See you next time.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. This is Melody Tizon, your Health Matters host. And today I do have a special guest. I am actually in his own location. And I'm so glad to be here. I would like to introduce you to my friend here, Mr. Chris Yama, who is the owner of Pinoy Grill, Filipino Sweet Foods. So Chris, thank you for allowing me this time. Yes, I'll be with you. So this is one of those not so many Filipino restaurants around the area. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
In fact, in this area, I think there are a few towns here. I think we're the only Filipino.
So why would I come to Pinoy Grill? Tell me what's in Pinoy.
Well, a lot of Filipinos, they miss authentic Filipino street foods. That's our specialty. If you have if you miss isaw, that's our top seller. Of course, the barbecue sticks, pork, chicken barbecue, we have gizzards, kwek toknering. Those are familiar to you growing up as a kid in the Philippines, then you should come.
This is a place to be.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait to try it.
They get nostalgic every time they have a bite of fish balls, chicken balls.
So are you actually the one cooking? Do you cook ever? Do you even
I don't cook, but I do trust my chefs better than my cooking, so I let them do the job. But our principle here is we want to make it really authentic. We don't twist it, That's why we're very happy that, not Filipinos, they come and taste authentic food.
Yes.
And then they like it without us kind of like twisting it for them.
Correct.
Especially this area is more not Filipinos.
Correct. So if and when I were to come, the type of the food that you have, is it mostly is it to go or sit down? Is it
Right now, through the pandemic, we've done takeout.
Okay.
So obviously they just come and we bring it outside and pick it up. They can go for a year. But we developed a good following from the community. especially non-Filipinos, they got to know us because of the pandemic. They have a Facebook page that has 5,000 members, and they did support a lot of the local takeout businesses. Post pictures of our food, and a lot of them kind of are first timers. That's why we came up with those platters. Sampler platter. Because they walk in and say, I don't know what to order.
Right.
So
you make it easy for them.
yeah, I'll make it easy for you. These are the top sellers.
Right. That's wonderful. That's good. So with the pandemic, I really hope it's going to be ending soon. Have you seen more people? There's more people coming in now.
Oh, definitely. I have to reopen our dining. In fact, we were one of the last ones that are going to reopen the dining because we got so used to the takeout. It was easier. And then, but the customers started complaining. You're the only restaurant in Illinois that did not open early.
Right.
So we had to open. Now, a lot of diners.
People are coming in. Are you open 7 days a week? And
Unfortunately, only 5 days.
Okay, that's fine.
Wednesday or Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, we're here, we prepare the food. It's a lot of work for the barbecue. Slicing, marination,
Yeah, that's true. So from what time to what time are you open?
Wednesdays, Thursdays, we're open 4 to 8 p.m. And on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 11:30 a.m. until 8 p.m.
Well, I am so glad I'm here. I'm so glad there's another option for me
Oh, thank you.
to try the food. So, guys, don't forget to give your taste buds a try at the Pinoy Grill Filipino street food. So that is their specialty. This is Chris Yamak, my guest, and my name is Melody Dizon, your Health Matters host. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
And that's our show for today. Thank you all for watching Chicago Philippine Reports TV. We hope you will stay safe and enjoying this day with your family and friends. I'm Maria Girly Pascual. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay, and we'll see you back here next week.